Welcome to the Block Sitdown. This is the 1 Foot In podcast. We talk everything, or we take 1 foot into the college football world, the college football realm. And today we got the preview of the quarterfinals. We got 4 games to go over. We got some bowl games that I want to cover in a 2-minute drill. And then we got some news. We got transfer portal stuff to get into, coaches hiring, firings, all the above. And we're going to get into all that in this podcast today. How y'all doing today?
I'm not gonna lie, I did not sleep well at all, bro. Hold on, pause. It was how my back hurts, bro. I did not sleep well. I had one of the little kids, a tiny one, sleep with us, so I think her ass was moving all over the place. I felt like I was gonna squish her, so I had to like fucking position my body all weird and shit. So now my fucking back hurts, but we here, bro. So I didn't sleep well, basically. Long story short.
You should have just slept on your back.
I like to move a lot when I sleep until I find the right spot. So
I like
that's
to roll
why.
around.
Yeah, so that's what I think. I went to roll around up. Her ass was over there. Let me go back, and that's basically what I was
got
doing.
my little cat. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, you got to fend for yourself, my girl. Like, she be on my back sometimes. She be on my like if I roll a certain way, bro, she be right here on my neck. I'm like, bro, I be moving, bro.
Yep.
And she usually moves because she get hella scared, bro.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna crush her.
Yep.
I probably will.
BJ.
Dude, I mean, I'm here. Brain's deep fried. So,
Why is it deep fried?
man, sporadically waking up, bruh. Brain's deep fried.
Yep. Waking up at 3 p.m. is so difficult for this guy. The middle of the day, bro.
How about you?
Buddy.
Keith?
I can't get it. I haven't gotten like a straight line of sleep since like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm good, chilling. Got my somewhat 10 hours of sleep or something like that, bro. Caught up with
W.
it. So the thing is, bro, I try to like sleep as much as I can when I can. So when I can't have the sleep I need, then that means like my body can still like adjust. Like, oh, you had that 10 hours of sleep. Okay, you're chilling because you got 4 hours of sleep here, and then I'll just catch up with you. So that's kind of how like I've been playing the sleep game.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Is that now? Let's get into college football. We got the first matchup tomorrow night. When we're recording this, y'all gonna see this the day of probably. And then 7:30 p.m. It's gonna probably go into the new year. So as Ohio State fans, that's very scary to think about. But hopefully we're up by a lot, so we don't gotta worry about this. We went to the Buckeye fan film room, recorded that Monday. Out today as we're recording this, so it should have been out. So you can go look at that to see our full breakdown of these two teams, number 10 versus number 2. And Ohio State is the home team, has a 78% chance to win, according to ESPN. And yeah, it's gonna be who can make the least amount of mistakes, I guess. And these two defenses get after it. So let's see whose offense can do the most. Miami's coming off of a 10-3 win against Texas A&M, and Ohio State's coming off a loss in the Big Ten Championship against Indiana. And yeah, this is a very schematic type team. Very similar to Indiana for Ohio State. With the front seven being guys that know how to get after it and make the QBs harder when they play each other. How y'all feel about it? Anything y'all need to add that we didn't talk about?
Not that I know of. All I just hope is, it's not. If it's a close game, hopefully we blow them out by the second half. That's all I hope for, bro. Hopefully we just blow them out off the rip, bro. That's all I ask, bro. I don't want this fucking fucking 30 yards out. Let's see if fucking Jada Fields can fucking make it with fucking yeah.
I did see they made a big deal about Jaden Foden starting. Ryan Day was like, yeah, he's gonna be a starter. And people are mad because they're like, yo, this dude hasn't made a crucial kick in his entire existence, bro. Why is he still get chances like this? VJ, how you feel about that? Is it fair?
I mean, that's a fair assessment. I guess the only kick you could even say is the national championship game, and that was one out of how many seasons he was here. So it's like that's a lot. That's a minute. Honestly though, I kind of already went over everything in the Buckeye fan film room. It's just kind of like I just can't wait for the fucking game to start. So I really want to see what's the game plan then. So
Ryan Day play calling first time in a little second, so it would be interesting to see how he runs this offense. Now we move on to the games that we can actually get deep dive into. We got the Orange Bowl, number 5 Oregon versus number 4 Texas Tech. This is as big as it gets, man. for me in the quarterfinals, this is one of the bigger games. And it's gonna be Oregon, Dante Moore. I don't know about that Evan Stewart guy if he's gonna be back. But hey, man, you can't rule that out. It's gonna be interesting to see what Oregon got up their sleeve. And for this Texas Tech defense, everybody knows about him. Got a lot of face cards, and a lot of big names on his defense. So they really want to see what they could go up against in Oregon. And Oregon's defense, not the best, but what can Texas Tech offense provide is my biggest thing. Not Brennan Sorsby, gonna be the future quarterback, but Barron Morton. And Cameron Dickey in the backfield. What can these two guys create? And how many points can they get? And how many points does Oregon need to score to beat this Texas Tech team? Because Texas Tech blows out a lot of teams, man. So can Oregon keep it close and to the point where they can somehow get a win? And can Oregon just blow them out? Is Oregon like that? I don't know. Since the Indiana loss, they've been under the radar for the most part and just been slowly creeping their way up. 5 seed now. So now they get to go up against a good team in Texas Tech. VJ, how you feel about this? What's the key matchup to watch?
Key matchup to me: D line versus O line. I think the Texas Tech D line versus the Oregon O line is definitely the eye to match in my eyes to watch in my eyes, man. Just because that Texas Tech D line has been getting a lot of praise this whole entire season, especially since when they started picking up steam and they started, everyone was starting to gas up Texas Tech. It was really that defense, really specifically that D line that was making that impact. But then the Oregon offense, it's all over the place. But I think the one part where it's always been good at in terms of consistency is that O line. I think that O line is definitely very athletic in their own right, and they have very good key parts. I mean, shoot, they have like a very strong physical run game. So I think that's definitely the key eye to watch right there. Obviously there's skill players on both sides. I mean, Jacob Rodriguez for fucking Texas Tech, and then you got Dante Moore on the other side. I think that's gonna be a fucking crazy good matchup in terms of just who's gonna have the better of what side. Like, is Dante Moore gonna get through his reads, or is Jacob Rodriguez gonna, just keep his motion going and keep building his case for potentially why he should have been in that Heisman top 4. So, hey man, this is definitely gonna be a fun game, man. It's the first game though, right, on Thursday, so it is what it is, I guess. But it's still gonna be a fun matchup.
Yeah, with this matchup, honestly, this is honestly the two like dark horses. Obviously, we have Oregon. Oregon, I always mentioned last year Oregon was the talk of the year. This year it's Indiana. So Oregon has that it's like, okay, well, we're not being talked about. Let's do our job. Let's do and do what we need to do. Same thing with Texas Tech. Texas Tech wasn't really talked about. They obviously lost to Arizona State earlier in the season, and then they continue to do their job. They both similar stories in a sense. Obviously, one more of a highly offensive offensive power. One is more like defensively. So it's gonna come down to who wanted more. Obviously, I feel like that's every game. But these are two teams. These two teams where it's just like who really won it and who really gonna continue their story on. It's like who this season deserve it more. Obviously, with Oregon playing JMU, they got it done in the first half. They knew they were looking into the future. Obviously, they didn't want to get upset about JMU, so they had to make sure they still had to lock in on that game. But they already knew they was going to win that game. Maybe they didn't, but then again, they had to come in serious. That's why they blew them out in the first half, and now they're focusing on Texas Tech, and here it is. Like I said, it's two teams that barely was talked about. Obviously, Texas Tech, that had their first loss. Same with Oregon, they had their first loss in Indiana, but currently number 1 team. So they're hoping to get that rematch soon. Obviously, they got to focus in, lock in on this Texas Tech. It's two teams, like I said, two teams that haven't been talked a lot about. Obviously, you hear more about them now because obviously they're in the college football playoff. But like during the regular season, just like, oh wow, Oregon lost. But like I said, Indiana with the talk of the main talks, and Texas Tech, they were just doing their job. So honestly, overall, VJ couldn't have said better. It's literally Oregon, basically Oregon O-line versus Texas Tech D-line. Is Texas Tech fucking defense going to shut down Oregon, or is Oregon offense going to keep running rampant and doing whatever they want, just like I did against JMU? So we want to see.
Yeah, Oregon. Their loss to Indiana was Indiana's defense. We know how good they are. And then you go to Iowa. That's another defensive heavy team. And they won that by 2 points. And now you go against the Texas Tech defense that know how to get after the quarterback and just go after the football. This is gonna be just something similar to that. It's gonna be like I think it's gonna be a close matchup. Texas Tech is really underrated. I feel like a lot of people are not picking them to even beat Oregon, let alone go the next round and beat somebody there. And I just think just because they haven't been there yet. This is their first time being good in a while. And first time in the college football playoffs, obviously. So they got to make a statement if they want to win this game. And I just don't know about that firepower on offense. What can they do? They're gonna need a lot from Cameron Dickey, and I know that Oregon defense is gonna lock it on him and Bear Morton. He's going to have to play a little bit better than usual. And I trust him to do that. Just hopefully he can stay healthy during that game. Because that one loss to Arizona State was when he wasn't even starting. So he's basically undefeated this season. And yeah, Dante Moore, Malik Benson. You got Malik Benson. He's kind of like came out of nowhere for Oregon on the wide receiver side. I wouldn't say out of nowhere, but it's kind of feel good story for him. And yeah, DeCorian Moore should be back for them. Evan Stewart shouldn't be. I think he was ruled out. And then you got Kenyon Sadiq for this high powered Oregon offense. And Dante Moore, if he wants to stay another year, or if this is last year, it could be his last game. So he needs to make sure he's on point with that. And I think that JMU come back late in the game, to make it like 34 to 50 something or whatever it is. It is something that Oregon need to take on the chin. Like, hey, bro, these guys almost came back on us low key, bro. Like Oregon had to like throw out another couple starters on defense. Hey, yo, y'all they not over yet, bro. They letting up too many points. So yeah. That was something that kind of caught my eye last game. So hopefully Oregon can have a chip on their shoulder, and they need to stop like acting like NIL is going to keep them relevant for as long as existence, man. They weren't even at the Big Ten championship this year. They were undefeated last year. They need to humble themselves and just slowly build up these wins and build up their resume. And it starts here. And I don't know how hungry this Oregon team is, but I got them winning. But I don't know. This isn't BYU for Texas Tech, man. I'll take Oregon. Give me Oregon, 24-21 victory for the Ducks. VJ?
Ooh. I like Oregon in this one. I say Oregon 28-24.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Oregon as well. I'm gonna give Oregon 27. I'm gonna give Texas Tech. I'm gonna give them 20.
Okay. And prediction for the Ohio State game is on the Buckeye Fan Film. Go look at that if you want to see what we think of that game. As 3 Ohio State fans, you could probably see what team we rooted for. But hey, go look, see what the score is, bro. Because I know one of us gonna get it right.
Surely.
Right. VJ took my pick though. Alabama versus Indiana is the third matchup for the quarterfinals at 4 p.m. on New Year's Day. Number 9 Alabama versus number 1 Indiana. Did I just say that? I didn't know if I said the C's or not. But anyways, yeah, Alabama coming off a great win against who was it? I'm already forgetting. Oklahoma. They got to get back on Oklahoma. 11-3 on the season. Got blown out by Georgia previously. Kind of made a comeback in this Oklahoma game. I ain't say kind of. They were down 17-0 and made a comeback. And they could only get healthier. I think it was 12 days since they previously played. So that's 12 more days of rest for these guys. Jam Miller's not 100%. Ryan Williams lost his hands. Hopefully he found him during the 12-day break. And yeah, Indiana, they've been just sitting on the bench, man. They've been ready. They've been just like what's it called? Signetti said after the win in Big Ten championship, he's like, hey, bro, I gotta keep these guys hungry. And yeah, in the Rose Bowl, it doesn't get no bigger than this. Does the Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza lose in the first round? Well, I get not the first round, but the quarterfinals, the first game in the college football playoffs. We'll get into that later. But VJ, what do you think of this game? How do you feel? It's hard to come off these bye weeks, man. All this time just sitting on the bench, ready to just hoop.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that because I'm like, naturally, in my opinion, given the matchups and stuff, Indiana has proven themselves to honestly show that they could probably just win a lot of these games naturally. But at the same time, you just said it best. I mean, it's really these bye weeks, like how.
Same.
How do teams prep news off a little bit, and Bama. Bama definitely is kind of like, they're hungry. I mean, they just got the dub in a tough fashion dub, but I don't know. It just kind of goes all over the place. I definitely expect Indiana to come out, stronger. I mean, I think the best evidence is literally just watch last year's. You're like, I don't want that shit to happen to us. We saw what happened to all the bye weeks last year. Fuck that shit. We're not gonna let that happen this year. So I expect that to come in with that same mentality, and I think it will definitely be a good game in its own right.
Yeah. Man, hopefully, Fernando Mendoza don't lose the first round. It would be kind of crazy, Heisman winner. Had this 13-0 campaign going on, win the Heisman, won the Big Ten championship. Taking down Ohio State, that previously the number one team. They're creating a story for themselves. We already knew that. But going undefeated, going to the Big Ten, it's like damn, they basically creating history. So for them, hopefully, the bye week don't curse them. They lose to Alabama. Well, Alabama, who's hungry, man. Obviously, I thought Alabama wasn't gonna be able to get it done against Oklahoma, and obviously they was down early, basically, and it was looking like it. But then Alabama, they were like, we're not. There's no way we're about to end our season like this. They came back out. They stopped Oklahoma from doing anything more, and they basically shut them out. And then obviously they still scored a little bit, but overall, they shifted the tide, and it was in the favor of Alabama by the end of the game. And don't sleep on Alabama. This is the SEC team who they be going through it over there. So this is for Alabama, they ready. Obviously get over that hump that was Oklahoma. At first they were looking rough, but they came back. If they have that type of fight still left in them, don't be surprised they gonna give Indiana a run for their money, because Indiana, last year every bye week team lost. So hopefully it doesn't happen to Indiana. Hopefully, Fernando Mendoza keep his, prove the reason why he's still a Heisman, and we'll see if Kirsten Eddy can win. Even though, Google him. His infamous
We
saying.
can Google him, but I don't know, man. This Indiana team, if they come out flat, like Alabama can get after it early.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like this is gonna be a healthy team. Ryan Williams always says he's coming back for next year, which is interesting. I don't know why that was even a thing, but like I think Alabama is gonna like have people thinking about this bye week and all these top 4 seeds sitting on that bench. Other than Ohio State, I'm gonna have to take another team that's sat on that bench. I'm taking Alabama. Alabama's gonna beat Indiana. I'm gonna do 31-21. I think Indiana's gonna have to come out with a slow start. That run game is gonna be like non-effective. And I think Jim Miller, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We keep talking about the run game for Alabama. Maybe they don't need the run game, bro. At this point, they got all these fucking pass catchers, and hopefully that could just get them started. But I don't know why people like every time I look at like this matchup, and I'm just like Indiana. Everybody's picking Indiana to win. Like this isn't college football. Anything can happen, bro. Like people just assuming that this Heisman winning quarterback, coach of the year, and number one team in the country is just gonna roll into fucking the Rose Bowl and just come out and just hoop. I think it can happen, obviously, but I don't know why people not going against the grain, man. I'm going against the grain. I'm picking Alabama. Give me that 31-21 upset. Alabama deserve to be here. Hopefully not, bro. I hope the Big Ten win. But VJ, how you feel?
I do like Indiana winning this one, but I think it's a grueler, bro. I think it's a grueler. I'd say the score will be 30-28.
You picking Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, like, Cam, you picking Alabama, you're not wrong. I feel like Alabama could definitely pull off, but I'm gonna stick with the Indiana. However, I do think Indiana might start off slow, just like you said. So with that being said, I feel like it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna come down to the wire. Maybe a couple field goal kicks. We're gonna separate the two. But with that being said, I'm gonna give Indiana. I'm gonna give them 34. I'm gonna give Alabama 28.
Yeah, that Indiana defense gonna have to show out, man. But there's a lot of pass catchers on this team, and I think any one of them can make a big play, man. From a freshman like what's it called? Latsier Brooks, Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, all the above, man. I could keep going, bro. How many pass catchers they got on this team to make big plays and just get in the end zone? They got a lot of them, and I'll take that over Omar Cooper and Elijah Surratt for now. Last one. Last matchup. We got an SEC matchup in the final game, night game of New Year's Day. Number 6, Ole Miss, 12-1 on the season. Goes. I mean, they're going to they're not going to Georgia again. They're going to the Caesars
Superdome.
Caesars Superdome. What the fuck? When they get sponsors, bro? New Orleans, bro. And yeah, they facing against number 3 Georgia, and this is the team that beat Ole Miss in the season. During regular season, 12-1. This is one of the games where I was like, damn, Trinidad Chambliss does not look like that guy, bro. I was like, yo, this is his worst game by far, bro. They wasn't letting him run. They wasn't letting him do a whole lot, and CJ Allen could be thanked for that. But this was at Georgia last time. And now you don't got your Ole Miss. You don't got your coach. So there's that big swing, and it's not like you're facing some random fucking coach. You're facing Kirby Smart, top 2, top 3 head coach in all of college football. So there's that like thing on the scale that outweighs outweighs Ole Miss's favor. I guess away from Ole Miss's favor. However it's said. But yeah, Ole Miss coming off the game against Tulane, they got their second win against Tulane on the season. Kind of blew them out and made it not close. But Georgia again, they're coming off the SEC championship victory in blowout fashion against Alabama, another team that's in the playoffs. And yeah, Georgia's looking like the best team in college football right now. Not even gonna lie, other than Indiana maybe, Georgia is right there with it, man. They beat Alabama twice in the season. That's very difficult to do. Or they didn't beat Alabama twice, to beat them once, but in the SEC championship at that. And yeah, Georgia is looking like the hottest team after coming off a lot of come from behind victories early in the season. They put it all together, man, and now Gunnar Stockton, CJ Allen on the defense, Nate Fraser, Zachariah Branch for that offense is coming along. And yeah, this is one of them Curry Smart teams that could be very dangerous. Look twice, bro. You might have to double back twice, and you're like, damn, Georgia's already 3. They were just like 10 during regular season. That's just how they've been playing. And they've been running through the SEC, and now they're gonna have to continue to run through the SEC and go through Ole Miss. Q1 Lacey's probable at this point. Had a shoulder injury against that Tulane game. Trinidad Chambliss went out, came back in the Tulane game, but he's obviously gonna play. He's slated to play. But this offense for Ole Miss, high powered, a lot of pass catchers. Trinidad Chambliss knows how to get everybody the ball, and that's their bread and butter on this offense. What can UGA do in the pass game to try to stop this? But on the defense for Ole Miss, you got Princely Uman Mielen. Brother plays in the NFL, got drafted last year. I'm pretty sure they're related, brother. They got the same last name. But yeah, he got 8 sacks on the season, so he's gonna be the one with the Gunnar Stockton guy. Gonna have to get to him, try to disrupt him as much as he can. But neither one of these quarterbacks throw a lot of interceptions, bro. Gunnar Stockton has 5 on the season. Trinidad Chambliss 3 on the season. So yeah, these guys protect the football and know how to sling the football, and yeah, it's gonna be one of them. What can an offense do? What can an offense create for a UGA? But what can an Ole Miss defense stop? For UGA offense, I think that's gonna be a battle right there. Because Ole Miss's offense is gonna score points. I think just how much can you limit them to? Because last time they played, they looked flat. So let's see if it happens again. I don't think Ole Miss is gonna let it happen again, but who knows? VJ, how you feel?
Got a SEC matchup grueler again. I mean, it's gonna be a good matchup. Obviously, can never ignore that. But I think in hindsight, though, it's obviously, it's nice to know that it's a rematch. So obviously, Ole Miss has a chip on their shoulder. They want this back type of thing. Georgia, they got to defend the crown, and they want to get back in the championship glory. So it goes both ways, and I think it's just gonna be it's an SEC matchup, man. These SEC matchups can never go wrong when it's high powered versus high powered like SEC teams. I know Ole Miss is definitely looking at that first game like they can't let that shit slip, because I think at a time Ole Miss actually had the lead, but then they kind of let that shit fall in that first game.
They didn't come out flat, but like in the first quarter, for example, Georgia field goal 7 plays, 14 plays, a touchdown for Ole Miss. Touchdown 10 plays, touchdown 11 plays. It wasn't the big play capabilities. But at the end, there was 2 punts, 2 3-and-outs in the fourth quarter, and that cost them the game. And then they downs with 38 seconds left. So just that fourth quarter, they didn't score no points, so they lost by 8.
Yeah, that was a gruel. I know they want that one back, and I definitely expect them, even though like they are head coach list technically, but I expect them to come out with like a fire mentality, just to go in there and try to win it. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, this is for national championship hopes. I mean, obviously, I know the fucking what is it? Is the offensive coordinator basically being the head coach technically, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think so. It's like I know he definitely, this is essentially his coaching, like this his coaching job right here. Like you win this. Defense coordinator. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you win this, you're getting that job on the spot. You don't even got to
he already
play the
got
rest
it.
of the playoffs.
He's already
Like
been named
locked
head
in.
coach.
Yeah, but I mean, shoot, this is it right here. This is for you to prove it. And I mean, honestly, just give your resume out to the rest of the college football community. I mean, especially high school recruits. High school recruits who are looking like, oh, is Ole Miss even going to be worth it anymore? This is it right here. This is a game for you to win. So it's definitely going to be a good matchup. I really like. I just really want to see how that Georgia grittiness will keep the same factor, because there's no way Georgia's gonna come out with the same game plan like they did in the first game, and if they do, they're probably gonna start off slow again. I mean, they did win it at the end of the day, but to start off slow like that is like it's hard to come back like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know there's much for me to say, that you guys basically haven't gonna cover, but long story short, I feel like Georgia is, they definitely gonna learn from their first game. Obviously, Ole Miss not having their, Lane Kiffin, not their head coach, having their defensive coordinator take it over. It's not gonna be the same, so I doubt they're gonna really, get on it immediately. And I feel like that's gonna be due to the fact that Kirby Smart gonna shut that shit down. In the sense of like, I feel like Kirby Smart, he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it grueling. Like every Georgia game, he's gonna do it. This game, he's not gonna have the same history repeat itself. Be down. He's not gonna do that. So if anything, they're probably gonna have him. Gonna get him to get that stop. He might Kirby Smart on the other might get a kick a field goal. He gonna slowly suffocate him. And all of a sudden, them field goals gonna start racking up. Maybe get a TD there, and then all of a sudden, the game down the fourth quarter, and they're up by like 13 points. And all of a sudden, it came down, and it's like, damn, what happened to all the time? So I feel like that's what the game plan is going to be. That's just like Kirby Smart fashion, where he just slowly suffocating a team out, and he just slowly just getting it done on the other end, and it just Ole Miss is going to run out of time, and it's going to be too late for them to do anything, and that's just, I feel like that's what's going to be the what's going to come down to whenever they play here. So that's all I got. Cameron, my thoughts, score predictions.
Right. So last time these teams played, Georgia didn't know what a punt was. They didn't punt the entire game.
Damn.
And yeah, Keywan Lacey, one of the leading backs in all of college football, the sophomore. Keywan Lacey, 12 carries, 31 yards, 2 touchdowns though. But yeah, he was ineffective outside the red zone pretty much. So you want to look to see if he can get it started. I don't really want to rely on him to win the game, especially when he's injured. Not saying he's gonna be a non-factor, but I don't know how much effective he can be, because Georgia had his number last time, 1,300 yards on the season for Keywan. He's gonna be one of the not a key factor, but it's gonna be Trinidad Chambers, man. They didn't get to him at all, man. They didn't get a sack on him last time. That's gonna be one of the things they want to do at this point. And yeah, Gunnar Stockton. How much can Ole Miss really? I really want to see the Umami yelling and Gunnar Stockton. See how much Gunnar Stockton can move in that pocket. Because I know they need to throw the whole kitchen sink at him just to put him under pressure. Because I've seen Gunnar Stockton fold under pressure a lot. A lot of his interceptions are exactly that, just getting pressure on him and forcing throws downfield. So yeah, I'll take I gotta go. I can't go against Kirby Smart in Georgia. I got Georgia. Me and Georgia. We get a Georgia 35, Ole Miss 28 type thing. Like no field goals, bruh. Straight fucking scoring. BJ, how you feel? Going Ole Miss, right?
I go. I think it's a lot more tighter than what most people actually think. I definitely think so. Sure. But I mean, you kind of already said that first line, bro. I can't go against Kirby, bro. Kirby's just he's too experienced and he understands the game too well. But I do think this. I'll be a little bold on this one. I think this is going overtime. I think Georgia wins it in overtime, 34-31.
Ooh, yeah. With that, I'm going with Georgia. Obviously, I think it's gonna be a closer game. It's gonna be a slow game. I feel like Ole Miss is gonna try, get something going. And just Kirby Smart just gonna shut that shit down. Like I said, when I said something earlier. But with that being said, I got Georgia scoring 24 points, and I got Ole Miss scoring 13.
All right. I think we picked everything the same except what, the Alabama game?
Yeah.
It's not the Indiana game.
Yeah.
It's the Alabama game.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into a 2-minute drill. We're gonna go over some bowl games. Very interesting. Very interesting games, man. A lot of slugfest, a lot of low scoring, a lot of gruelers, man. I love that. I love to see like dream matchups that we can't see in the regular season potentially a lot of the time, and we get to see Toledo one of the best in the MAC, go against Louisville, the Cardinals. They were able to sneak it out 27-22. Miller Moss threw 153, 2 touchdowns. Keywan Brown, Isaac Brown, the Brown combo, bruh. 200 yards combined, 2 touchdowns for Isaac Brown. That's just who he is. Chris Bell not in this game because he has to go to the draft. But Caleb Osborne, I don't know his first name, but Osborne was hooping out there, bro. Yo, 18 Ks for 77 yards, bro. This dude was evading everything, throwing his way and was able to make it at least a close game. Didn't get the win, but hey, 8-5 for Toledo is pretty good. 9-4 is how Louisville ends their season as one of the better ACC teams. Cal, JKS, Jaron. Kiwi Saga Patelli, that's why we call him JKS, because I can't say his fucking name. Homecoming game for him. He's from Hawaii, and they choked this lead pretty fucking bad. I'm pretty sure they was up 21-0, bruh. And they let Hawaii come back, and yeah, they won, bruh. JKS is not the problem, bruh. He's already returning for next year, so that's good for them. 300 yards for him. Raph, 90 yards, bruh. He's one of the better running backs in the ACC as well. Jacob DeJesus, man. This dude was wide open too many times. He had 140, 1 touchdown, and yeah, he also has a fumble. So yeah, we can talk about that. But yeah, for Hawaii, first time me watching them, Micah Alejandro, however you say it, bro. He was hooping out there too, bro. 46 fucking attempts on the throws, bro. 274, 3 touchdowns. He was like that, bro. Yo, everybody was catching out there. And Hawaii actually lost their number 1 wide receiver to the portal, so he wasn't in this game. So Ashlock had to step up. 14 receptions, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns. One of the reasons they won. And yeah, 22 fourth quarter points for Hawaii. He's gonna get it done. Was able to come back, and yeah, Cal kind of choked that. Yeah, better days is hopefully among them because this wasn't a good game at all. Now we move on to the Game Above Sports Bowl with the Northwestern Wildcats hosting the Central Michigan Chippewas. Yeah. These guys got dunked on, bro. They got put through the rim, man. Central Michigan need to pick their fucking face up because it's on the floor right now. Northwestern wins 34-7. And how many fucking fumbles? Too many to count, bro. They saying like 7 potential fumbles or some shit. Three fumbles lost. I don't know, bro. But Preston Stone was hooping out there. 200 yards for him. 3 touchdowns on the day. Komalafe, one of the better Big Ten running backs. Didn't really have a crazy game. 15 carries, 55 yards, but a touchdown. And yeah, shout out Northwestern for hooping, bro. Representing the Big Ten well. New Mexico Lobos, one of the better group of 5 teams. Aren't they group of 5? Just want to make sure. Yeah, Mountain West, of course. Number 1 in the Mountain West. 9-4, they end up losing to Drake Lindsey, the redshirt freshman quarterback. I always get that shit confused. Redshirt freshman quarterback and Drake Lindsey. He threw for 147, 2 touchdowns. And he went to overtime with this one. And Drake Lindsey was able to win this shit. In 20-17 fashion. And yeah, shout out Minnesota for getting it done. New Mexico, at least they made it close, man. I love when the bowl games are close and it's not super lopsided. So shout out the bowl makers, whoever make them. And yeah, in the Rate Bowl, the Rate Bowl. So yeah, shout out that name. And probably the most the best bowl, the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Yo, was y'all seeing the little clips on fucking Instagram, bro, with the Pop-Tarts fucking fighting and shit, bro? That shit was fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They had custom helmets, custom what's it called, end zones, like, bro. I fuck with the Pop-Tarts Bowl. They got that shit, and they get Georgia Tech at 22 going up against BYU. Should have been Notre Dame and BYU, but it is what it is. BYU at 12, bro, and they get a good ass game out of it. Haynes King last game, and Bear Bachmeier ends off his freshman season with a win against the Haynes King. There was a last second heave to try to win the game, bro, and ended up falling through, and Georgia Tech didn't get it. And BYU is a Pop-Tarts Bowl champion. Bear Bachmeier 300 yards, bro. This dude was fucking hooping out here. Yeah, Carson Ryan, bro. I'm pretty sure he's a senior. Or no, Chase Roberts is too. Parker Kingston, 76 yards. And yeah, Haynes King really wasn't doing a lot with his legs, bro. He's low-key just dropping back and just launching it. 250 yards for him, 2 touchdowns, and a costly interception to go along with that. And yeah, only 31 yards on the ground. Very un-Haynes King-like. So yeah, shout out BYU and Kalani Sitake with the fourth quarter comeback too, bro. They scored 15 in the quarter, bro. They was down 11 at the start of it. So shout out them, man. Georgia Tech went cold in that second half though. Virginia, number 19, one of the best that ACC got to offer. The other good ACC team is the one in the playoffs, which is Miami. Virginia, 11-3 on season now because they went to the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl and beat Missouri. Matt Zollers is in the game because Bo Beulah hit the transfer portal. Yeah, and Matt Zollers, yeah, he he looked terrible out there. I'm not gonna lie, bro. A lot of missed throws, a lot of miscommunications. Looked insane out there. And I'm pretty sure was it this game? It might have been this game where Matt Zellers ended up hitting the ground, holding his helmet, and then they forced him out of the game on the last heave. And Brent Brown had to come in and try to throw a Hail Mary to tie the game up, or take the lead actually to get a touchdown. And because Matt Zollers held his helmet, they thought he had a concussion or had to get looked at. Couldn't play the last game. Brent Brown threw a heave and it almost went through. But great defense by Virginia. Had an arm in there and fucking got it out of there. Ahmad Hardy, Jamal Roberts, one of the better duos in all of college football. Ahmad Hardy only got 15 carries, 89 yards, did the most he could. Jamal Roberts, 56 yards. And yeah, really not much for Missouri to build off of. Matt Zollers should be the quarterback next year, so good luck with that. You got one of the better running backs in all of college football, so that's something to build off of. But that defense is fucking horrible, even though they had them 13 points. You gotta have to do a whole lot in the transfer portal, in my opinion. Shout out Eli Drinkwitz. Chandler Morris, though, 200 yards for him passing. Not really much to talk about, bro. This is a grueling. It's one of them grueling games where it's like, bro, does any team would have cared to win? I don't know. But yeah, shout out Virginia, bro. Putting on for the ACC, bro, against SEC competition. Yeah, stop overrating them. Another SEC falls, and that's gonna be LSU. In a shootout, bro. I like this game a lot, bro. Shout out Connor Wigman, man. 38 points get put on LSU's head top. 21 ranking for Houston, one of the better Big 12 teams, and they were able to go out there and hoop, bro. Dean Connors came in late in the game to start trying to hoop, bro. I'm like, where's 44 been at? I don't know where he's been at, but he came in the game with 126 yards, almost 8 yards average per carry, which is fucking insane. One touchdown for him. Connor Wingman was doing it with his legs like he always does. He knows how to hoop out there. But Van Buren, this isn't a bad game for Van Buren. I'm not gonna lie, bro. 267 yards, 3 touchdowns. I doubt he's gonna be the quarterback next year, but hey, there's that, bro. Harlan Berry, bro. This is their sophomore running back, bro. He had 3 carries, 45 yards. I'm pretty sure he had a fumble in there, and yeah, that fumble kind of like I don't think he got back on the field, low key, bro. 11 carries and 24 yards for Van Buren. Was out there just struggling, bro. He tried to get the offense going, and they pretty much did that, bro. 6 tackles for loss for 7 tackles for loss for Houston, with the biggest one being 4 sacks for Houston and 0 sacks for LSU. Kind of a game changer right there. So shout out Connor Wigman, man. North Texas in a fucking shootout with San Diego State, man. 49-47 in favor of North Texas. Ranked 25. Drew Messmaker doing Drew Messmaker things, hitting that portal, but got to play his last game first. 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, and it wasn't all offense. They had interceptions in there, fumbles in there. And yeah, you look at Caleb Hawkins, again, entering transfer portal as well. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ashton Gray, I'm pretty sure he's going to be their running back for next year. 152 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Like, bro, everybody was scoring, bro. Wyatt Young with 55 yards, but Cameron Dorner with 66 yards and 2 touchdowns, leading the pass catchers. Wyatt Young also going to a transfer portal. We'll talk about him later. And yeah, like I said, bro, not just defense being played or just offense being played, defense being played as well. Kyle Crum, yes, a great name for a quarterback. Kyle Crum, 169 yards, 1 touchdown, not able to get it done, but good thing he had Burnt Emmanuel Jr. in the backfield, 170 yards and 2 touchdowns for him. Christian Washington, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. Lucky Sutton, 60 yards. First time watching San Diego State this year, and they was fucking, them 46 handoffs, bro. 46 carries for everybody, bro. That's insane. But yeah, shout out the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl for hosting this game, man. 49-47. Shout out North Texas for still hooping. Pittsburgh going to East Carolina and they lose, bro. We're talking about Pittsburgh potentially getting the playoffs, bro, and they just they dropped it to fucking East Carolina, bro. I ain't gonna lie, neither teams could create anything on offense, man. And East Carolina's playing with their backup quarterback Chasen Ditta because Caden Hauser, one of the better group of 5 quarterbacks, hit the transfer portal. So this is a true freshman, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and not much for the offense to say, bro. Anthony Smith had 156 yards, 2 touchdowns. I couldn't tell you, bro. It did not feel like that. Mason Heinzel just, oh my god, it was turnover after turnover. It felt like, bro, just struggle after struggle, bro. The amount of 4th down stops that East Carolina got was insane, man. And Pittsburgh was trying to give it to him, bro. But yeah, East Carolina sent that shit back to the returner, man. 256 yards for the freshman. Looked like a freshman out there. 1 TD, 1 interception. This game was always close and always felt like, hey, is Mason Heinzel gonna just make that great throw that we know he can make, or he's gonna fight through this? He tried to fight through it, but Nothing happened, bro. L's L. Jakiri and Turner with 93 yards, so good for him. Justin Holmes 100 yards. I couldn't tell you, bro. He did not feel like that. Yeah, and 4 lost fumbles, bro. Talk about turnovers, man. To go along with that interception from Mason Hines, so yeah, 5 turnovers is fucking insane. Shout out East Carolina for hooping though, especially with a backup quarterback at that. Penn State versus Clemson. Who had the higher seed at the start of the year? Face ass. We knew these teams were gonna meet in the postseason, right, guys?
Yeah,
we just
bro.
didn't know it was gonna be in the fucking Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. We thought it was gonna be in the playoffs. But yeah, Penn State was able to rally this win with 16 fourth quarter points to beat Clemson, and yeah, Dabo Sweeney, don't matter, bro. Fucking Penn State in 5. Ethan Grunkmeyer looked like he should be a starter for next year, bro. Rocco Beck's probably gonna come over and take his job, but Grunkmeyer should enter that portal, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He be hooping out there. 260 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. And yeah, no fucking Katron Allen, Nick Singleton, they sitting on that fucking bench. And Quentin Martin, 20 carries, 100 yards, so good for him. He got some going. And yeah, these pass catches are fucking ass. But they were able to get it done. Pena was the only decent one looking out there. 100 yards. Devontae Ross had multiple drop passes, bro. 84 yards for him and 8 receptions. They kept going back to him. And yeah, Dabo Sweeney looking like a fucking he looking like a bro. I don't know how his job's still secure, bro. By next year, if they still fucking underperform and Dabo don't go to our transfer portal, he needs his ass beat and his job taken from him. And yeah, so shout out Penn State. Shout out what is it, Terry Smith? Whoever it is, bro, the interim head coach, bro, he's gonna be on that roster next year, as a coach. But shout out him for getting it done, man, and ending out the season on a winning note, bro. 7-6 on the season now, man. That shit is great, man. I love to see it for Penn State. Now we get on to the news portion. We got Ann Arbor news, bro. Out of Ann Arbor, we got Utah coach Kyle Whittingham bro, he's the next head coach at Michigan, bro. I don't know if he's supposed to be the bridge coach or they're gonna keep him for 10 years or he's gonna be the permanent. He's gonna be the permanent coach, but how long is that gonna be? Kyle Whittingham known for doing more with less, and my biggest thing is when he has the Michigan money to go out. He hasn't been the best recruiter as well, but if he can recruit that well and he has all them resources. What can he do with it? That's gonna be the question I'm gonna be asking a lot for his time at Michigan and see what he could do while he's here, man. He said in his post game or I guess pre-game hiring meeting, he was kind of like, do you hate Ohio State? He was like, now I do. Face ass, bro. You don't bleed maize and blue, bro. You about to get that belt every year by Ryan Day, so get along with it and yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I feel like this isn't the best hire, but for everything all in consideration, this is what Michigan can come up with. It's kind of like I would say a little lackluster, but timing and fucking everything with Sharon Moore blowing up in their face, it's kind of like this is the best you got, and I think they can build with this. And whether it's a short term hire, long term hire, whatever the case may be. It is what it is. Kyle Whittingham actually stepped down from being a head coach at Utah after the season was done, and he was supposed to be like, less of a coach, less of a head coach, and was going into a lesser of a role because he's so fucking old. But now he's gonna be taking over one of the bigger teams in all of college football, and he basically says this is kind of like his last challenge. So yeah, good luck to him. Hopefully, he got paid, bro. And you're about to be he's like 66, bro. So good fucking luck, man. VJ, how you feel about this?
I think it's a good hire. I don't think it's nothing splash though. But I think for what Michigan was at right now, I think it's a good hire. I mean, it's kind of like a weird spot they were in, and so what can they really do and chase after? And I feel like what this move is, I feel like it's a good move. I mean, could it be like, is it a bridge? Is it or is it like a long term thing? I don't even know that one myself either. I think it's just. Given how it was, I'd say it's a good hire. I think it does the job right now, and probably for at least the next 2 to 3 seasons. So,
yeah, it's one of the things where he's one of the most winningest head coaches, especially for Utah's sake. So he's a legend in that aspect. So it's kind of like his last hurrah, bro. What can he do? And he kind of just said like, "Hey, this team has won a national championship, so I can like at least." Challenge for that or like have the opportunity to do that. That's kind of how it felt. Slicks, how you feel about this?
Yeah,
anything to be scared of?
I mean, that one year we had CJ, CJ and fucking Jackson Spencer Jigman went out there in that Rose Bowl. That shit was crazy. They was on all type of shit. I'm like, yo, damn, this. I did not respect Utah to that game. I'm like, Jesus, they got it, bro. So it's like when I seen this hire, I'm like, oh, I didn't even think he was a possible candidate. To be fair, almost everybody's a candidate until you hear name fall out. Then it's like, oh shit, didn't think about that. So when I seen this one, I was like, oh shit, this is actually not bad for the position Michigan is in. So I was like, interesting. I didn't think it was a bad hire. Obviously, other coaches didn't fall through. I was like, this is actually not that bad. But when that interview, when you say he's like, yeah, I do now. I'm like, yeah, buddy, wrap it up, buddy. It seems like every time that year come around, you already lost to us in the Rose Bowl. If you don't hate us from that moment on, you don't got it in you, buddy. So yeah.
I think it's interesting. I'm just gonna challenge, like, he just needs to win the big ones. Like not win the big ones, but like we know Sharon Moore, bro. He won like what he needed to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what can Whittingham do that Ryan Day, like it's gonna be the Ohio State game, always marked on their calendar. But it's gonna be the other games. Like, make sure you don't get upsetted and make sure you do this and that, because now big ass spotlights on you. You ain't in Utah no more, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If you start fucking up, bro, they got your head, and it's gonna be very interesting. I think that's like, I think it could be. I ain't gonna say it's a home run, but it's gonna be like a double in baseball, or it's gonna be a strikeout. Like I really think it's either one or the other. I think he's either gonna be like mid, or he's gonna be like, yo, this dude can't coach a fucking with these 5 stars and 4 stars, but he's used to, just having them trash like players and just getting more out of them. And that's no disrespect to him, but that's just the coach he is. Maybe he can, bro. Maybe he proves me wrong. But it's kind of like, I got a little smile on my face, bro, because I was like, yo, this is who they hired. Okay. I'm not really like shaking them out boot shit. So yeah, very interesting. So good for Michigan. They got it done in a timely manner before the transfer portal. They had to do it before the transfer portal, and did it the day after Christmas. So yeah, good for them. They were able to get that guy, and I really think it was one of the things where it's like a lot of head coaches didn't want to jump into this job where they already missed the first window of the recruiting and shit. And it would be very interesting to see what can he retain recruiting wise. Because like I said, he's not the best recruiter at all. So what can he do with more? That's what I'm going to be asking. And yeah, it looked like all the other ones, all the other head coaches that Michigan was going after, flamed out and stuck with this guy. Now we go from hiring to a firing. Clemson offensive coordinator Garrett Riley will not return. He got fired, bro. And yeah, this is coming after you see the score here, bro. 22-10, bro. They put up 10 on fucking Penn State's defense. Not saying defense is bad, but yo, this team underperformed by far. Kate Klubnik was one of my favorite QBs to watch last year. He had that arm talent, and they had 3 of the best wide receivers damn near in all of college football. Supposed to be flamed out. Adam Randall in the backfield, a decent running back. And they couldn't do nothing with it, man. They flamed out, man. 7-6 on the season is crazy. This is supposed to be one of them Dabo Swinney teams, and this guy Garrett Riley needs some of the blame. They also got rid of safeties coach Mickey Khan. Yeah, so there's that. I don't. You got anything to add, man?
I got nothing.
Nah,
ain't shit. I think the biggest thing coming from this story is Dabo Swinney. Is he gonna let go of like this offensive coordinator and his guys that he likes? And he made it. This is kind of big for Dabo, to see what he could do now, because this is one of his guys that people were like, "Hey, bro, Dabo's gonna sit on this hill with Garrett Riley," and now he let Garrett Riley go. Interesting. Maybe it's something for
should have been Chip Kelly.
Speaking of Chip Kelly, Northwestern names Chip Kelly OC and program defining move. Yeah, and Chip Kelly going from Ohio State national champion to Las Vegas Raiders, and now to Northwestern. Wow, and all in a year's time, man. Very interesting. Northwestern coming off there. Look at this score. It wasn't even 21-0. I think it was 34-7. Like I just said, win in the bowl game versus Central Michigan. So shout out them. This is big for Northwestern. So shout out them, man. A veteran offensive mind with 35 years of NFL and college experience joins David Braun's staff as offensive coordinator. Yeah, shout out Chip Kelly and his new move, man. You got anything to say? I know y'all got something to say, man.
But he might well he might well stop trying to go to the NFL. It's not working out, buddy. Just go ahead, take this year, maybe hopefully, go over there and help fucking Dabo fucking, bring that fucking Clemson back to where it should be. Or go ahead, take over Northwestern whenever, they're ready to move on, I guess. I don't know, but But hopefully he does good in college football. Obviously, he won a fucking natty with Ohio State, so it's like, bro, he has it in college football. College football, so it's like, just stay here, bro. It just move team to team. Hopefully, find a team that you want to stay on. But yeah, just give it up. The NFL's not working out for you, buddy. It's I know you wanna.
Raiders are ass though.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's trying. He want to be at that stage, but just the way it's looking, it just seems like that's just that path where just. You keep trying, the path is just not there for you. It's not opening up for you. So, yeah. You gotta just take the wins that you can. How about you, VJ?
I mean, by name, it sounds good. But I hope by impact, Chip Kelly actually does something for Northwestern. I think it's actually a good move for Northwestern in terms of getting the program like up higher and higher in the standard. So, I'm actually interested to see what they do like in like 1 to 2 years, like how much they're gonna change.
Yeah, the quarterback Preston Stone had a very good season. He passed the eye test to me. So with Chip Kelly in that that offense coordinator role, let's see what he can do. Komalafe, one of the better running backs in all of Big Ten. I give him praise because I feel like he one of them ones. But yeah, shout out to Kelly, man. Coming back to coach Northwestern on the offensive side, it's gonna be very interesting. To see. I mean, he should strive, but it's like it's Northwestern though. Like how much can you coach these guys?
I'm surprised he didn't go. He didn't come back to Ohio State knowing that Brian Harline is leaving. I don't know how that went. I don't know if he sent text to Ryan Day like, "Hey, you think I come back or something?" I don't know how. Obviously, I don't know how that shit goes. But I mean, it's interesting. You went to Northwestern. Why Northwestern? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree. I don't know why Northwestern have all these other teams that probably would have used them that are ranked.
Yeah.
Right there. Maybe trying to build something different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do something different. VJ, do you have any reason why you can come back?
I don't know.
Sailed.
I mean,
it's like, yo, bro, you just left us, bro. Why you back?
It's like he did just leave us essentially. I mean, obviously it's for a step up. I'm thinking more in my mind. It's probably just we got something already in vision. So I guess us wasn't a possibility. So that's what at least my mindset. Like, what's a possibility? So
Shit. All right, let's move on to transfer news. We got the staying players first. We got two South Carolina Gamecocks. One being Nick Harbor. I heard they paid him a little bit of bag to come back and catch these balls from North Sellers. So they're dropping a bag on not only Nick Harbor. I'm not saying they're dropping a bag on Dylan Stewart. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He should not want to come back, but he did. Shout out Dylan Stewart for doing that. And yeah, Gamecocks basically retained a lot of their key players from last year. And trying to just go all out for this season. I want to see what they chase in the transfer portal because Nick Harbor and Dylan Stewart would have been a top 10, top 15 transfer portal options if they would have entered, especially North Sellers as well. How y'all feel about this?
VJ not getting his hopes and dreams. That's for sure. Yeah, his dream is not crushed.
This one definitely sucked in terms of viewers. So it is what it is. I mean. I guess for South Carolina, third time's a charm, right? I mean, first season you show potential, second season y'all flop, third season we'll see what happens now. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really got nothing. Nah, it's just like I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much of a bag they dropped, but they dropped something. So,
yeah, I just hope they can not waste these guys' careers, because that's what it feels like at this point, bro. Nick Harbor's probably gonna go to the draft next year. North Sellers basically has to, and then Dylan Stewart, draft eligible, but not going to probably. Just interesting. It's very interesting for South Carolina to invest this much into their football team. But good for them. Now we're moving on to people to leave. First one, not Nick Harbor, not the other SEC wide receiver that doesn't know how to get utilized. We got Cam Coleman, instant number one in the transfer portal. He basically jumped everybody in the rankings and is now the number one prospect in the transfer portal. Cam Coleman basically been at Auburn wasting his potential because they were not throwing the ball. The Jackson Arnold thing this year just didn't go his way. Jackson Arnold doesn't know how to throw a ball, and that was the biggest problem. But yeah, Cam Coleman. He's gonna be looked at by a lot of teams and a lot of SEC teams at that. I don't know why I couldn't say that. LSU being one of them, Texas A&M potentially too. Damn near everybody, bro. Damn near everybody should be looking at this prospect if you got the money to pay this guy what that is. I also heard maybe a rumor, maybe it's something that just people are saying. They said something about Auburn didn't want to pay Cam Coleman what he asked for. So his agent told him to enter the transfer portal to try to have leverage for Auburn to pay him Jeremiah Smith money. That's what they said.
Jesus.
So it's gonna be interesting. And yeah, I want Jeremiah Smith money if I gotta play at fucking Auburn. What the fuck? You better double it. Any thoughts? You got any thoughts? Teams potentially?
Nope.
Nah, no teams. I can't think of teams right now. But he's got to be number one on the fucking wide receiver draft board, right? Not draft board, but portal board, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be
Number one on everybody. Quarterbacks included, running backs included, all the above included.
Damn.
He skyrocketed. Everybody. But yeah, possibly Byron Brown is gonna be the quarterback here. What was it? Not John Summerall. Who the UFC? Golish, Alex Golish. Basically, was a head coach at USF with Byron Brown. Came over to Auburn, and Byron Brown's probably gonna join him in Auburn. And yeah, we're gonna talk about their little QB issues at Auburn here in a second. Before we do that, we gotta talk about other head coaching moves and bringing their players as well. Caleb Hawkins. Yeah, here's his picture. ESPN doesn't got his picture. This guy put up buckets, man. This dude got like fucking, so many fucking touchdowns, so many yards. I lost count, bro. And this guy is him. 4-star in the transfer portal. Is one of them guys that's gonna get some money, bro. Whether it's with his head coach over there at Oklahoma State. So yeah, this is just another North Texas guy that's gonna leave. His teammate Wyatt Young, not as highly, I guess, touted. Was below him. I think he's in like the 40s or 50s in the transfer portal. He's a guy that catches the balls from Drew Messenbaker. So he's probably gonna go to Oklahoma State too, bro. I think I'm bringing the big three over there. So yeah, Wyatt Young, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a junior next year. Caleb Hawkins, true freshman, and yeah, Drew Messenbaker, true freshman. So yeah, very interesting. Y'all got anything about the North Texas guys?
No.
Y'all think they go anywhere else other than Oklahoma State?
Maybe the running backs. I mean, I don't want to say. I mean, I remember just seeing the whole list of all the damn North Texas running backs just into the portal. I'm like, that's crazy. Not just one, not just two, but all of them. But I'm like, yo, that's insane.
Yeah. All right, then we got another wide receiver prospect coming out the SEC, and that's gonna be Eugene Wilson III. Basically, just I wouldn't say he's bad by any means, but he's like a top 10, top 20 prospect, bro. It's just like he really hasn't had that year where he's like a superstar yet. And a lot of people are banking on that. Number 7 wide receiver overall over here, 30 overall for everybody. And yeah, this is a guy that like basically had a lot of injuries and stuff like that, but when he comes in, he hoops. So yeah, when you have DJ Lagway throwing more receptions than touchdowns at this point, can you blame this guy? So yeah, he's getting the fuck up out of there. And again, I don't know where he's gonna go, bro. But probably another SEC team, man. That LSU team, probably somewhere around there. You got anything to say?
Nah.
Not really.
Type shit. And then finally, we talk about North Texas running back room getting poached. The most interesting thing is the Texas running back room. Trey Wisner, C.J. Baxter, Jared Gibson, I think another running back also. Yeah. I was about to say, they basically left with Christian Clark and James Simon as the only backs on their roster right now. And they got 2 backs. And Trey Wisner was a starter. CJ Baxter was the backup. And they're basically, basically CJ Baxter left and it was like Trey Wisner doesn't even got competition no more. CJ Baxter was, I'm pretty sure, a 5-star coming out of high school, had an injury in his freshman or sophomore year, and basically just, been struggling with that. And then Trey Wisner basically jumped on a depth chart this year, so he's going to be the starter next year. So why is Trey Wisner entering the portal if he knows he's going to be the running back with no competition in the backfield with him? That's the question that I'm asking. And obviously Texas doesn't need, fucking these guys that they're going to get fucking good fucking recruits and probably enter the transfer portal and grab some people. It's not the biggest deal, but it's just interesting for me because why is everybody in the running back room leaving and departing at the same time? Got anything? Y'all got any sense? Can y'all make any sense of this?
I didn't even know this
happened. Why would Trey Wisner just leave? He has 1 more year of eligibility and has no competition in the backfield.
I don't know. More money, I guess. I don't know, bro.
Yo, it's Texas, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know like where he would get more money from, but it's like I guess, bro.
Yeah, you got like I'm pretty sure 1 more year. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Texas lost their running back room. Deion Sanders in Colorado lost their whole roster, bro. 57 Buffaloes entered the transfer portal, bro. Yo, everybody and their mom just left, bro. Amarion Miller's pretty much their biggest one. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's a good number 2 next to number 4 on my team, bro. I wouldn't be mad at it. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Buffaloes already lost 23 players to the portal this offseason, seventh most nationally. Yeah, bro. Oh, he lost 57 in the 2023 season, and then okay, 22 this year. Okay, not as bad then. But yeah, still fucking terrible, man. And it's gonna be like Dion have to rebuild again. And bro, this is gonna be his last season, bro. If he can't win games, man, they gonna kick him the fuck up out of there. Yeah, and Colorado ranks among the top 10 programs in transfer portal departures this offseason and will not return a single scholarship defensive tackle for the 2026 season. Yeah, a lot of the defensive tackles were good. Like, not a lot of defensive tackles, but a lot of defensive linemen that transferred in were decent, man. You could just see them being wasted over here. And I just think that's what it is, man. Deion Sanders and his little crew of coaches, bro, they don't know how to coach players, bro. Don't know how to develop, get them better. And I think that's really what it is, bro. People come in here because it looks good, and then when you get over here, they're like, "Damn, I'm not getting utilized how I should be. I'm not. No one else on this team is pretty much playing good." So, I just think that's what a lot of it is, man. Like, I really feel like coaches are failing Dion at this point. I'm not saying it's just his fault. There's definitely a lot of other coaches on this team. But yeah, this Colorado team just basically got fucking lost most of their roster, man. And I'm pretty sure Ryan Staub just hit the transfer portal as well. Ryan Staub being the senior quarterback, the white quarterback on the team that got, I think, one start. But yeah, very interesting, man. Caden Salter's out. He has to go to the draft. I'm pretty sure he's a true senior. Like, has to go. So Juju Lewis is going to be this quarterback at home for Colorado. But who's he going to throw to? I don't know. Y'all got any thoughts on it, man? No.
Just wild. That's wild.
Just sucks that this is the path you're going down, bro. They can't really help it. Just how college football is, bro.
Yeah, if you don't know how to develop talent, get better, make these guys better, not only just men, but football players, why would they go to your program? And finally, the last and the one I dropped today, Deuce Knight, 5-star quarterback coming out of high school. Was basically the guy for Auburn for the future, and this is just another reason why Byron Brown was probably going to go to Auburn. He basically told him, yo, I ain't gonna lie, if you want to start next year, it might not be next year. Also, Ashton Daniels, the Stanford senior, he used his redshirt this year. He played in like the last 2-3 games or something like that. And Deuce Knight had to come in for one of them games because he had to make sure that Ashton Daniels didn't play enough games where he had to burn the red shirt. So he had to come in for, I'm pretty sure that fucking Division II game, wherever that is, and he was hooping out there. A lot of running and passing. He's a good dual threat quarterback, and wherever he goes, bro, he's going to get paid a lot of money and potentially turn around a program. I think he's that high of a ceiling of a player, and yeah, it's unfortunate that Auburn just let this guy walk, bro, because I don't know why you wouldn't just fucking let Ashton Daniels or fucking Byron Brown go to the portal, bro. This dude Deuce Knight was a true freshman this year. Probably gonna use that red shirt. It's about 4 years of eligibility. So dumb move by Auburn in my opinion, and Alex Golders is gonna regret this in my opinion. Got a lot of high hope for Deuce Knight, and that one game he played against the fucking Division II, he was hooping, bro. He was hooping. Y'all got anything to say?
No, sir.
Number 8 overall in the transfer portal now. Top 10 guy. Top 5 in quarterbacks too. So, and this dude got 4 years of eligibility. He's a guy that you can build around for multiple years. So yeah, shout out Deuce Knight, man. And that will conclude the transfer portal segment. Yes.
Thank you, Cameron.
Yep.
I mean, with that being said, any final thoughts, VJ, Cameron, anything?
Hey, transfer portal, playoff games, all coming next week or so, man.
Yeah,
about to heat up.
Looking crazy. I mean, with that being said, I guess we're gonna wrap this thing up. Like I said, Happy New Year's to those who celebrated, to those who gonna be out there partying, drinking. Drink responsibly, please. Don't drive.
Yourself.
No, I'm not alcoholic, sir.
VJ.
Don't drink. I haven't drunk in a while.
In a while, you see that he got a past history. He got a history.
He about to drink. About to drink on fucking New Year's Eve.
I don't think anyone's gonna be home. So why the hell would I drink?
Yeah, you'll be home by yourself. Drinking.
Exactly. So I'm gonna just be chilling.
Drinking.
Like,
I'm not.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. So with that being said, be responsible out there. Don't drink and drive, please. No, you're not putting just your life in harm.
Uber, bro.
Yeah, you're putting other people. You're putting other people's lives in danger. So don't even walk home either. I mean, both of that shit dangerous. Just have a partner that's gonna be fucking responsible, bro. Please. Please don't have both y'all drinking shit. Just be responsible. I'm not here to give y'all life lessons. We're talking about college football here. But yeah, like I said, Buckeye Fan Room came out yesterday. If you guys haven't watched it, go down. It's the most recent video. You go on the channel, right? You guys are watching the One Foot In podcast on the Block Sitdown channel. So obviously the other podcasts on the channel too. So it's not going to take that long to find the thing that you like to watch. Thank you, VJ. Thank you, Cameron, as always, for your college football analytics and thoughts and opinions, all that good stuff. But with that being said, if you guys are new to the channel, you guys made it to the end of the video, consider clicking that subscribe button as it helps out the channel a lot. But also, since you're already done, also consider clicking that like button as truly help us a lot as well. But other than that, we appreciate all the love support. We catch you guys whenever we catch you next. Peace.